When you go to a website, where do your eyes go? Does it go to that big red button that says buy now? Does it go to that big tab that says best value? Or does it go to that big green button that says click here for a free product? Hi, welcome to an episode of Unlocking Mind Behind Make More Work Less. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And the reason why I have this show is so that we can better understand how our minds work, make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and of course, avoid certain cognitive traps. So for today's cognitive bias, we're going to be talking about the von Restorff effect. So what exactly is that? It is also known as the isolation effect. That is when multiple homogeneous stimuli are presented. The stimulus that differs from the rest is also known to be more recognizable or remembered or attracted to. And that is why when we go to a website, our eyes actually go to that big red button, that big green button, or big tab that says best value on it, because it's a little bit different. The colors are different, the shape, the size, the layout, all that stuff is a little bit different. And all the stuff in between, we tend to just kind of scan over. It doesn't catch our attention anymore. But when we see that big red button, we at least look at it. Or when we see that big green button, we look at it. And that's because of the isolation effect. And it's very, very important to know that, because if we want to be successful in our websites or in our presentations or in our messages, we want to make sure that we have something that's isolated so that it catches the attention of other people. That's why marketers and branders and advertisers spend so much time on their websites, because they want our attention to be going to those certain locations because they can sell us their services and their products. Now, back in 1933, Hedwig von Restorff did the study where she actually gave a whole bunch of items for somebody to remember. And within those items, something's a little bit different. And what she found was people remember the different things a lot more than the rest of the items. For instance, she would give a list of items of, let's say, cars. And then out of that list of car items, there would be something about a fruit or vegetables. And they actually remember the fruits and vegetables better. Another experiment was done where they gave them a whole bunch of items to remember, and certain items were circled or highlighted, and those items were remembered better. Now, if you think back to our high school days or our university days when we're studying, we actually went and highlighted our textbooks or highlighted or circled our notes to make sure that we remembered certain items, or we remember where to go to find out those answers, because we want to bring attention to those locations, because the entire textbook looks exactly the same. So that's why this is so important, because we want to be able to understand how we can bring attention to certain things that we want people to remember, to see, to get attracted to, or even for us to remember. For instance, if we have a long list of items that we want to remember, we know from previous Unlocking the Minds, the primacy effect or the recency effect is that we remember the top stuff and the bottom stuff, or the beginning stuff or the end stuff. But stuff in the middle, we tend to not remember very much. However, when we start circling or highlighting those items, we actually remember those things better too. So then we can actually remember more items than just the first and the last stuff. Snapchat is another example as to why the Restorff effect was in play. Now, at that period of time, a whole bunch of other apps was out there, social media apps were out there, and it's usually a white background, a blue background, or a red background. But out of that whole group, all of a sudden you have this bright yellow background of Snapchat, and people's attention came to it, and they wanted to know more about it, and became more and more popular. So again, that is how the von Restorff effect comes into play, the isolation effect. Hopefully, you're able to use that for your business, for your advantage and your benefit, and also how to avoid falling prey to buying now when you see those big buttons on a person's website. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Unlocking the Mind. And if you did, please go back and watch some of my other episodes of Unlocking the Mind. And of course, we have a lot of other shows, the Peak Potential Success Show, the Make More Mind Bites, and the Master Mind Bites that's up every single week. Thank you very much for your time, your likes, your support, and your subscriptions and your comments. I love seeing those comments. Until next time, today is the day to lock the peak potential. I'll see you later.